whispering and only I can hear what they're saying. They're literally saying, what the fuck? She's big as shit. Oh, she's ugly as hell. She built like Mufasa. Hello, it's your girl Maroon Nikki back again, time and time again with another video. Okay, so I'm not even gonna waste any time. Let's get straight into it. This video is gonna be about my experience as a corrections officer. Yes, I always have story times, but this one I'm very excited to talk about because this will be my new segment. There's a lot of things I want to touch on about being a corrections officer, especially being a female working in a male facility like I was. When I was about to go into an interview for corrections, the first thing I did was go on YouTube so I can learn about other people's experience, and at the time there was not many videos. There's not a lot of videos touching on certain topics, so I'm definitely excited about this. I cannot wait to put y'all on to my experiences, answer some of the questions that you may have that you just don't know who to ask. But anyway, before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe, of course, and push the post notification bell so you can get notifications of my posts when I post. Let's get into it. I'm not even gonna go into how I even got into corrections in the first place because I'm gonna make that a separate video. You wanna know about my experience. So I'm gonna give you a little glimpse of how my experience was initially as an officer. I feel like I've grown so much as an officer. It'll mark a year since I left corrections, so I'm gonna give y'all all the tea. Honestly, I'm gonna be the one to say it. Corrections was one of the most interesting, funniest jobs I've ever worked. It was actually kind of a lit ass job. It was a great job. It's just, it wasn't good for me. If you're interested in corrections, especially my ladies, if you're interested in working in a male facility, I do not discourage it. I'm definitely going to give you all the information you need, trust me. So make sure you subscribe. So when I went into corrections, they had like broken it up into different phases of training. So the first month and some change, we did like phase 1 or whatever, which was pretty much all book work. We did not get any like sight into the facility or anything. We didn't know what to expect. We were just going off of what our trainers were telling us. After I did the first month and some change or whatever of book work and stuff like that, we ended up going into the facility. And when we did our first walkthrough through the facility, it was a group of us. Our class was actually quite a large group compared to the classes that they typically have. And when we walked in there, y'all, let me tell you something. All I had to go off of was Beyond Scared Straight, 60 Days In. All right, I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea. And I only went off of those shows and what Orange is the New Black and what my instructors were telling me. So I was kind of nervous, but I was excited at the same time because I don't know what to expect. Now, if you expect it to be like those shows, let me tell you right now, it's not like that. We go through our first walkthrough in the facility and they're just showing us around the boulevard. The boulevard is pretty much the walkway that connects all the buildings and stuff like that. And we're just kind of touring around. And we were on the boulevard, and at this time there was movement on the boulevard. Movement on the boulevard means that there were activities going on that caused the inmates, the guys, to have to come out of their building and attend, whether it be classes, whether it be religious services, stuff like that. So there was movement on the boulevard. And when we went in there, groups of guys, like, they was like, oh shit, we got fresh meat. We got fresh meat. So I'm like, yo, not even joking. I was like, yo, what the fuck? So in my head, I'm like, look straight, look straight, look straight. Don't look left, don't look right. Don't let nobody see you nervous. Like, I wasn't nervous for real, but I was more like anxious because I wanted to like really try being a corrections. I couldn't wait to get into uniform and actually like do this shit. Like, so I was just nervous. I'm like, yo, why they yelling? Like, why y'all yelling? Why you so loud? Like, I was so like, what the fuck? So I'm like looking straight. I'm like, don't look left, don't look right, just look straight. And there was guys screaming. I was like, half of y'all not even gonna make it. Half of y'all not even gonna make it. And then other guys are just like, yeah, y'all might as well find another job because it's some bullshit. This job's some bullshit. You might as well find another job. Half of y'all not gonna make it. So I'm sitting there like, why they keep saying that? Why they keep saying that? But little did I know, they were speaking bare facts, like too much BS or was some other stuff. Like, they'll hem you up real quick. You get caught up in some bullshit real fast. Like, you gotta be careful working that job. Like, your biggest problem will not be the inmates. Your biggest problem will be the officers. I know if you've seen other videos where you're gonna hear it multiple times, your problem will not be really with the inmates. Your problems are going to be with the officers. I don't know what it is. After that, after we get past the training and everything like that, and we're finally in the facility, we get our uniforms. We're not officially officers yet because we haven't been to the academy. So we have to shadow officers. A lot of times you would see me in the buildings. To be honest with you, that's the only places they would send you, either in the buildings or you're manning the doors for chow. Buildings, chow. Buildings, chow. That's what they wanted you to do all the time. In the building, it's 160 guys, 80 on one side, 80 on the other side. There are no cells. It's dorm style. Bunk beds lined up, and the guys are just out in the open, freely walking around on both sides. There's one officer in the booth. They cannot leave. They monitor the cameras, they answer the phones, they log everything down, and they control the doors. The other officer is on the floor doing patrols, making sure that the guys are staying in line and managing the doors for rec time and managing the traffic when it's lunchtime, breakfast time, dinner. Okay? That's what they do. When I first came into the building, I was in the booth a lot of the time because the officers felt like I needed to stay in the booth. And while I was in the booth, they were pretty much like trying to hit on me. And it used to really make me mad because I was like, ew, like you're mad, ugly, like ew. Like, I just feel like I'm here to do my job. I'm here to learn my job. Why are you telling me that you want to put my legs behind my head? Why are you telling me that I'm pretty for a black girl? Like, why are you telling me that you used to mess with black girls in the past and you had a thing for black girls? Like, why are you telling me these things? What does that have to do with me and my job? You know what I'm saying? So they used to make me feel mad and uncomfortable. So I already wanted to go on the floor and like learn how to be a floor officer, but they would literally try to keep me locked in the booth, these officers, and they would feel like they needed to protect me. I don't know what that was. It's just like, you might need protection for yourself before I need protection for me. That's all I'm saying. Like, but let's not get into it. Over time, like I used to have to like trick officers. Like, not all of the officers are like this, but some of them were really like this. Like, they felt like they wanted to lock me in there and just hit on me all day. And I used to have to like trick them to get out of the booth. Like, I used to have to lie and say I had to go to the bathroom and then never come back in the booth because I want to know how to do my job. I'm not about to sit here and be your little flirting partner. When I finally got on the floor, y'all, I realized that this is when I realized this job was hilarious, okay? Because at first, the guys are trying to fill you out. You would think that, like, I don't know how to explain it. You would think that in the presence of a female, they would act respectful. These niggas don't give a fuck, okay? When I first got there and I got on the floor, I was nervous because I'm like, okay, this is my first time around them. Why are they just all out in the open? This is not like what I see on TV. Like, they're just out and about, walking around, like, just all near you. Like, it's crazy how just exposed you were. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. Like, I gotta really, like, watch myself and, you know, learn the environment I'm in. The officer I was with, I forgot his name. He was like, have you ever done count procedure before? Have you ever shadowed someone during count procedure? And I said, no, I have not. Now, count is very important, y'all. And he explains to me as well, and everyone who works correction knows this. If you mess up count, you're in some shit. Your count being off could insinuate that someone has escaped. So because everyone's in an open style dorm, all right, they line up at the ends of their beds and there's 2 rows and there's literally like 40 guys around that number lined up. And you gotta walk by yourself down this line and count every guy and then come back and then go around and go down that line and count every guy and come back. And you gotta make sure that you get your number right, because if you mess it up, you gotta go down the line and come back and then go down the line and come back if you and the other officer's numbers don't match. So y'all, they threw me out there and I'm very happy that they did, because I made sure I never messed up a count, okay? When you go down the line, the first officer went down the line, came back. Second officer went down the line, came back. And then they told me to go down the line, to come back. Oh my God. When I went down the line, yo! When I went down the line, bro. When I went down the line. All I hear are whispers. Like, they're whispering. And only I can hear what they're saying. And they're literally saying, what the fuck? She's big as shit. She's ugly as hell. She built like Mufasa. This beanstalk ass bitch. She tall as hell. Shrek looking hoe. Like, yo, they're killing me. Like, killing my shit. every officer, can't nobody tell me nothing. We have all gone through a point where you were like, can I do this for real? That was my point. They were killing my shit, laughing at me, making fun of me. Like, I was like, yo, like, they're really talking to me crazy. Like, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this is not how I imagined it. Like, they weren't saying nothing sexual. They was literally just killing me. Like, I was like, oh my God. And they laughed like, yeah, yo, oh my God. Like, oh my God. My heart was in my asshole. I could not. I told myself, nah, I see why they wanted me in the booth, but my mama ain't raised no bitch. So every time during count, I used to go out there and go out there and go out there and go out there. I did not let that discourage me. I just kept doing it and kept doing it. And over time, I just developed like my confidence, because the first time, I'm gonna let y'all have it. Second time, I stopped. I'm giving dirty looks. I'm just staring at them looking stank, and they realize, like, oh, she got attitude. Like, hold on, we not about to, you know, they trying to feel me out, and I'm not feeling it. So they, over time, slowed down and they stopped. A lot of times I was always on the floor for training. Whenever they sent me to the building, I was always on the floor. I really did not like working the booth. I feel like the best way to run an effective building, especially when they're not in cells, is you have to learn your building. You have to learn your building, honestly. When you learn your building and you learn the guys, it's easier for you to identify when there's a problem. And when you identify there's a problem, I'm quick to pull up. What's wrong with you, so-and-so? Like, are you good? You acting different? And then a lot of times there's something going on with their family. A lot of times it's problem with holidays, or it's their kid's birthday, or something important to them is going on, or something, they lost something, or like whether it be their mind. Some of them have mental health issues and they're currently being triggered by something, and you're not able to tell if you don't pay attention to your building. Anyway, y'all, don't get me started on my rant. I really want this video to be short because it's gonna be a long segment. There's so many videos to come. I'm actually gonna make this part of a playlist because this video is just the beginning. This is the intro. I'm gonna teach y'all so much. This is especially for my females who wants to work in a male facility. Now, I will talk about my experience in a max level female facility as well, because I did work a max female facility as well. And baby, there's a very big difference. All right, and we will touch on that. But I'm going to cut this video here because I don't want to ruin all the content that I got coming up. But y'all, when I tell you this job is funny as hell, funny as hell. This job is hilarious. That was my little experience in the beginning of working corrections. And I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are feeling this video. And I want to thank you for watching because you didn't have to. And don't forget to follow me on my socials, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Snapchat or whatever the fuck, add me on Snapchat, and I will answer your questions. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram because that's where I'm most active. See you on my next one. So for my queens and kings, stay blessed and stay royal. Bye-bye.